Hey CG, I'm Nick.
And I'm Marissa.
And we have your announcements for Thursday, February 6th, 2015.
Lily Price and Ashlyn Hart bring us an update on Global Campus.
As many students have been working on their schedules for next year, they may have realized that there is an elective they want to take but can't because they are required to take core classes needed to graduate. Or maybe they want some more credits to boost their GPA. Well, there's a solution. Summer classes online through Global Campus. Mr. Nintrip, the e-learning coach, explains what these classes are and when they will be available.
We're real excited about getting ready to announce what's coming out for summer classes. So we've got our list and we're working on getting teachers lined up with that with Mr. Bird. And as soon as we have that, we will post that on the website and send out announcements. We're looking at March 1st being when registration opens. And we're going to have, I think, more classes than we've ever offered in the history of Global Campus. You've got to be dedicated to being online a couple, 3-4 hours a day, let alone whatever work is assigned to you by the respective teacher and the class that they're teaching. And you're going to be looking at your iPad or sitting in front of a computer and reading through materials and taking quizzes and that sort of thing. So it really runs the gamut in terms of what your educational experience could be, and the rigor of the course is definitely contingent upon who's teaching it and what the course is. An honors level course would definitely be a harder course, for example.
However, there are more benefits than just taking an online class to get it out of the way. Not only does it familiarize students with learning management systems such as Canvas or OneStart, they've also found that it allows students the opportunity to prepare for their future endeavors.
I like the freedom about it, and I like being able to just do my own thing and not be in a typical classroom with a teacher, because you can move at your own pace. You have to stay on schedule, but you can speed up as much as you want. And so I'm learning a lot more, and I'm better at time management now than I was.
Studies are out there that show that whether you're heading into the workforce, the military, or continuing into higher education for a bachelor's degree or beyond, which I know a lot of Center Grove students have aspirations to go and get their bachelor's, if not their graduate degrees. 98% of those institutions are doing their instruction or their training or their information dispensing through learning management systems. So for you to not have that experience here is a huge red flag. We have to give you that experience so that you do well in those environments, and studies show that a lot of students in the traditional high school are moving into one of these settings and not doing as well as they could. You need to put in front of you the instruction, thanks to technology, and when you're ready to receive it, and I don't care if it's 11 o'clock at night, 2:30 in the morning, middle of the day, when you're ready for that content matter and you have the availability in your schedule to approach it, and you learn to pay attention to those sort of rhythms in your own body and your energy and your mindset, then I think you're going to get more out of it.
One change that many students may have noticed is that only one class can be taken over the summer.
And decided that what we need to do is focus on doing 1 credit well versus 2 credits at lower grades. So we think it's really in the students' best interest that they take 1 class and get it totally locked up and it improves their GPA, versus trying to scramble and please 2 different teachers and learn 2 different subjects. And I know that that's probably not what a lot of students expected, but it's certainly something that we feel like is one of those decisions we need to make to support you guys long term, not just over 1 summer.
Thanks, girls.
In general news, you haven't placed an order for a Save Tilly tea? Be sure to donate and help eradicate Ebola, provide food and education to Syrian children, stop commercial whaling, and help assist doctors during worldwide emergencies. See you at lunch when you turn in your $18 form.
My name's Logan Coyle. I'm a new movement from Ohio. I've been wrestling since 1st grade, and being on the team helped me meet new people, and the season's been going well so far with sectionals and sectional champs this year. We haven't had one since 2007. This weekend I got second at sectionals. We didn't know their champions, but a few of their finalists. We all did well as a team, and my goal is to be a state champ.
Foreign exchange students are pretty cool. Tori Mickle brings us a video about Bella Schreiner.
To imagine you go somewhere where nobody knows your name, nobody has ever seen you, and nobody just simply knows who you are, and you have to prove to the people that you are worth being friends with, for example, or you have to prove to the teachers that you're good at a certain subject, or I don't know, there's just so many things, and you just have to have the guts to walk up to someone and be like, hey, I'm Bella, would you like to sit with me for lunch or something? I mean, if you want to make friends, you really have to be brave, I would say. I mean, there's been a lot of friendly people who just walked up to me, but I definitely also needed to make like a step and talk to people.
Being a German student viewing American high school through media, there were certain expectations as to what it would be like here.
I thought it was like Fantasyland, like dream come true or something like that.
The American dream.
Because we always have those Hollywood movies and Mean Girls, yes, right? And there's like high school and High School Musical, and you have all those like expectations, and it turned out to be pretty fine, I guess. Like, I thought it's like divided in one table only sitting the nerds and one table only sitting those people, because that's what they teach us in the Hollywood movies. But now I realize, like, actually everyone is kind of friends with everyone. It doesn't really, I mean, there's like choir people and sporty people, but they are still friends, so it's not divided or something. They're both very developed countries, so there's actually a few similarities, like people are nice. Yeah, there's a few similarities, but I think there's more like differences.
Well, what are some of those differences that you've noticed?
Well, the school is a lot different. Like, we don't have any sports in German schools. Like, we don't have sport teams, we don't have cheerleaders, we don't have prom. So school is very academic.
Despite cultural differences, music is universal. Schreiner even composes her own music. This one is called Believe.
Well, I composed that song when I moved from one city to another, because there, like, in this movement, there was a lot of pain involved, and so I took all that pain and put it into a song, as kitschy as it sounds. I like to compose and like write songs. That's what I love. It's just that I come home and like when something happened, either it's something very good or it's something so bad, then I just like, I read this quote saying, "You can't breathe, so you write." And it made so much sense, because sometimes I'm so furious or so happy that I can't breathe because I'm so excited or so angry. So I just take like a piece of paper and a pen, I just write down all my excitement or all my anger, I just put it down on a paper. And then I'm like, I feel so relieved.
One would think speaking a foreign language would be hard, but Schreiner has been preparing since 6th grade.
It's more difficult than I thought, because I'm like very used to English. Like, since the 6th grade, I write all my journals and diaries and my poetry and everything on English, so I'm like used to English, but like it's harder than I thought. Like, sometimes I spell something wrong, or I don't know, pronounce it wrong, and then people are like, "What did you say? That doesn't make any sense." And I'm like, "I'm sorry." So, I mean, it's trouble sometimes, but you learn from your mistakes.
Schreiner is excited and optimistic about her time in America.
My thoughts were, this is going to be the best half year of my life.
Thanks, Tori.
Now, Alex Kenny and Blake Williamson bring us a feature on Jessica Norris.
Jess Norris is a senior on the girls' basketball team. She is known for deadly three-point shooting and is a finalist for a shooting contest in Chicago.
The game that sticks out in my mind is Perry, because I hit 8 threes and broke the record for threes made in a game.
Roots in many ways, but mainly when the game gets tough, we look for Jess to knock down some big shots.
Hi, I'm Coach Sanders, and I'm proud to be talking about Jess Norris. And Jess is a senior on our girls basketball team, and we've had a fantastic season, in large part because of Jess.
and some of her teammates. And Jess has got a really cool invitation, a really cool opportunity. She's been invited to shoot in a national three-point shooting contest. It's in Chicago, Illinois.
To make myself a three-point shooter, I shoot like every day after practice.
And you know, it's one of those things where they kind of look, they kind of look around the country and see what kind of girls can shoot, see what their statistics are, and those kind of things, and what kind of gift. I mean, there's tons of gifted shooters around. You know, Indiana has their fair share, and Jess has been ours, and she's been, you know, she's been on fire for us the entire season. She makes 3 or 4 a game, and she's just, I can't say enough good things about what she's been able to do as far as, especially shooting.
When I shoot a 3 during the game, I just think of myself hitting the shot and hope it's going in.
Anyway, what's going to happen with Jess is that we're putting together a video and a compilation of some of the things that she's been able to do, and they're going to put it online for her, and then anybody that wants to watch and vote for her, she's got to get a certain amount of votes to be able to participate in this, and it's going to be, the video is going to come out hopefully in February.
My role on the team is to be a shooter and knock down shots when we need it.
And you know, and then hopefully we get enough people, support students, fans, parents, everybody can root for Jess and vote for her. And she gets a chance to do this. Like I said, it's in Chicago. She'll be shooting against some of the best shooters in the country. And you know, if I know anything about Jess, she's going to hold her own, because she's flat out lit it up the entire year. So we're excited about that for Jess Norris.
Thanks, guys.
And in club news, attention all girls interested in trying out for lacrosse. Tryouts will be Monday, February 9th through Wednesday, February 11th. Please meet in the cafeteria after school. We will hold tryouts at the SCSA soccer facility from 3:30 to 5 p.m. Bring tennis shoes or cleats and workout clothes, and a positive attitude. Thanks.
Now, Maylee Jester brings us a video about Taylor Ward.
I'm Taylor Ward. I'm a sophomore in early college. I do show choir in Suso. I'm on the Comedy Sports Improv team, and I do theater productions here at the school.
Ward tells us about his next musical events.
At Santa Grove Church, I'm in a production of The Music Man, and I'm the lead.
Taylor Ward tells us the stressful events he has to overcome in his acting career.
Auditioning for stuff, auditioning for shows, auditioning for choir. It's always scarier than actual performances, because performances are fun, and you know you have a role, but in auditioning, like, everything depends on how well you do.
Here's some advice for people who are auditioning.
They don't expect you to be perfect, especially when they're having you read for different, like, characters and stuff in shows. You know, they just want to see that you can learn things quickly and kind of interpret things your own way and understand characters and stuff.
What do you do in your free time?
Definitely sleep. Listen to music. I watch Netflix. That's a big one. Yeah, mostly Netflix.
What is your favorite part of being on stage?
The attention. The thrill of it is awesome. Because, like, you get on there and everyone's watching you. It's something that you kind of is hard to describe, but once you get there, it's just like, this is awesome. I did my first production in, like, 5th grade as through church. It was like a little, like, Christmas musical pageant thing. And I remember they were like, if anyone wants to be acting in the show, come with us and do this thing. And I was like, hey, why not? And I tried it. I was like, this is awesome. I want to do this for the rest of my life.
While preparing for a role, Ward knows how to practice and master his debuts.
Memorizing, well, depends on how many lines you have. I think kind of if I just read over it, and especially if I listen to it a lot, then it kind of gets in my head.
Taylor Ward tells us how he goes from being himself to the character he is going to portray.
How do I get into character?
Yeah.
That also depends on the character. Like, I don't know, like if it's a more serious character, then I'll kind of plant myself more.
Thanks, Maylee.
And now Nick Evans brings us a video about Coders with Class.
Thursday in Star, and after school on Fridays in room 304, a club known as Coders with Class meets to work on coding.
Well, it kind of started back at my old school when we had a programming club. It was not successful by any means at all, but I felt that it was important to get the awareness of software development out to the general public and just get people to learn how to code because coding is awesome.
Currently, Coders with Class is working on creating a game, which they have coded and developed themselves.
We're currently working on a simple game that consists of a ball, or like several balls that fall from the top of the screen, and you have to catch them. It's kind of like the game Breakout, except you have to aim the balls into goals that are positioned around the screen.
The club is sponsored by computers teacher Mrs. Ersman, who had previously sponsored Jawway's programming club. However, Coders with Class is extremely different from programming club.
Coders with Class kind of focuses more on the creative aspect of code. So it's less of just writing lines of code on the screen, but it's more like, getting pictures to move, getting animations, and currently getting a game.
Using a download link provided, students will be able to go to the club's GitHub page, which will allow them to download the game. Currently, there are discussions about whether or not the game should be taken to mobile devices by using apps.
We're not too sure about it right now, but it is in consideration right now, and we're going to be kind of seeing how feasible this is.
Even though the game is not yet finished, there are already plans in consideration for what to do after this game releases.
Well, right now in our current plan, we were going to, after we release this game, have a few people stay behind and just kind of do some basic upkeep on it, housekeeping, just, making sure the game is free of bugs and maybe even adding like new updates to it, like new functionality. Well, we'll have another group start working on new ideas, and we'll come up with like a new game later on.
And that's all we have for you this week, CG. Stay classy.
Bye.